Welcome to Current Chatter, the place where we dive into the latest news and happenings going on around the world. Join mother and son duo Kota and Losa as they engage in lively debates over current affairs and anything else that sparks a discussion. With diverse perspectives and a bit of fun, you never know what topics will come up next. Tune in every Friday afternoon for your weekly dose of Current Chatter.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another thrilling episode of Current Chatter. As always, I am here with Mama. Mama, how was your week?
It's been good. I'm tired. It's been a tiring week. I'm exhausted. But other than that, I'm doing great. How are you? How has your week been?
Let's see.
How are your bruises on your arm doing? I'm a little worried about those.
It's good now, but now there's this weird knot.
Because it must have been really deep, huh?
There's just a bump there. Yeah.
Huh.
I told you I went to the chiropractor, right?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, because so when I fell down the stairs, 2 days later, my back really started to hurt. Like, I couldn't move, or even sitting hurt a lot. So I'd never been to a chiropractor before. My buddy was like, just fucking go. And I was like, all right, fine. So I went during my lunch break, and the lady there, she was like this little white lady, a little itty bitty thing. And I'm not a little dude. I'm short, but I'm big boned, as Cartman would say. So I was telling her my pain, and she's like, well, have you had any recent falls lately? Because it kind of sounds like your hips are out of line the way you're describing your pain. And I was like, you know what? I actually did fall down the stairs. And she's like, yeah, that's probably what it did it. And I was like, well, hi, Lucy. I didn't think I fell that hard. And she rubbed my back, and she's like, you have part of your hip up here and part of your hip down here.
Oh, my.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then she twisted me into a fucking pretzel, and she told me, she said, my God, you're tight. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of why I'm here. And she's got one arm back behind my head, and then she goes, ha-ta, and just wrinkles me like a wet towel, you know how you go to dry out a wet towel, and just my whole back went just cracked. And then she did to the other side, and then she grabbed my foot and jiggled it like this, and then ripped it, and then I felt my hips go.
Wow.
It was the weirdest sensation. I don't know if I'll go back, because I'd never been
Do you feel better?
Oh yeah, I felt like that day I was still a little sore, but by the next morning I woke up and I was like, I'm ready to fuck shit up.
Yeah, because I used to go to the chiropractor all the time. Your dad thinks chiropractors are witch doctors.
Would you think he would like the chiropractor given his back issues?
Right? But he's never been to a chiropractor.
Well, so then he has no room to talk.
Right. I've been, and I dislocated one of my rib cages, one of my ribs.
See, I heard that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, I dislocated one of my ribs, and it was up in the upper part of my back. And if I'd gone to the ER, they would have just given me pain meds and sent me home. But I went to a chiropractor, and he was like, oh yeah, you've dislocated this. Let me put it back in joint. And the second he did it, I felt immediate relief.
Isn't that wild?
And I was like, you know what? People can say bad things about chiropractors. This is my story.
All I need to invest in one of the old school, actually, I don't know if my fat ass will fit in it anymore. This desk chairs that you had at school, because they were perfect. For popping your back on. I need to invest in one of those. I really don't know if I could fit into one. Oh my God, I had the scariest moment with Enzo this morning.
What happened?
So we have this room that we just have dedicated to the cats as the cat's room. It's got a bunch of towers and their litter boxes and stuff are all in there. And in that room it has these huge windows. And I think he had seen another cat through this big window or something. But my guess is that he had jumped up and the ledge isn't very big, and he must have slipped off and grabbed onto the curtain. And I got up around 6:20. And I'm just coming up the stairs, because usually Enzo helps me wake up in the morning, because he knows he gets a treat after he helps Dad get ready for the day. He sits and meows at me if I'm taking too long at a single task. He keeps me motivated throughout the morning, because he's like, if I get you all dressed and ready to go, I get a treat. So you know what I mean?
Yep.
And he wasn't following me up the stairs, so I was like, that's kind of weird. So then I come up the stairs, and Willow is in front of our back door, and I'm looking at Willow and I'm talking to her, and then I hear Enzo is the softest meower. He definitely doesn't have any gusto to his meows. He's definitely a meow. He's just a soft meower.
Right.
And I'm talking to Willow and I hear meow. I was like, what the fuck? And I look over and he is completely clawed stuck into the curtain. and I have no idea how long he'd been stuck like that. But based on his meow, he was not having a good fucking time. So I dropped my phone, my glasses, because I just dropped everything I had in my hands, and I ran over to him. I stepped in one of the litter boxes, trying to grab him, and he just instantly started to purr because he was finally released from this, and then he would not leave my side. He was like, I just need you close so you can watch me. The poor little guy. I texted Rin and Tristan. I was like, I just had this scary moment with him. I was freaking out because it's my little buddy.
Yeah.
I love all the cats, but me and Enzo, we have this weird connection. Yeah, he's my familiar for sure. So he stressed me out today.
A little bit.
Yeah, so now all the curtains are hung up, so he can't get to him, But
yeah, gotta do something.
My problem is I just don't know how long he had been hanging there, and that's what really fucks with me because I'm really sad about it because I wasn't there to protect him. I should have known something was wrong because he wasn't. As soon as my alarm goes off, he's up in my face, okay, it's time to move. Let's go, old man. Let's do this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's okay now. Now he's just chilling.
Huh. Well.
Yeah, my boy. I was going to ask, do we want to get into this global warming? We said we were going to talk about it. And Mom gave me some interesting news that she totally 100% believes in global warming now because she educated herself like a fucking regular-ass person instead of listening to the fucking lies.
Listen to the lies. That's not actually how the conversation went.
Now she's just fibbing. Because we're being recorded. She's not going to tell you guys that.
Oh, I just think that more research needs to be done before I can give you any kind of decision.
All right. So you're going to look into it more.
I am.
All right.
Which is a good thing, right?
It's because it's opening your mind because you're realizing that you're fucking wrong.
Well, we won't go there, will we?
Obviously not, because you're afraid to admit you're wrong.
No, I'm not afraid. I can admit when I'm wrong. I'm just not prepared to do that yet.
Oh, that's how it's
global
going.
warming. That's how it's going.
Okay.
I would much rather talk about Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, my favorite. I'm trying to decide on a Bigfoot tattoo, actually, because I don't have one, and I need a Bigfoot tattoo. But Mom sent me this crazy video that I haven't watched yet.
Right.
And
because they spotted Bigfoot in Denver. Not in Denver. Not in the city, in Colorado, someplace. And it was so real. Even your dad was like, that's weird. So
Dad said it looked like a bigger dude. Remember, he is paranormal repellent. He will try to find anything and everything on why that could be paranormal.
Exactly.
We should just take him to one of those we should do an overnight at an asylum or something and just let.
Why would we do that?
I'll go with him. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. You can be in the command center and just watch it all go down as me and Dad just
I could do that.
And be like Zach Bagans and just be like, I need you to go down this corridor. I just saw a ghost.
If I saw a ghost, you wouldn't hear anything more. They'd be like, she gone.
You know what we would hear is the screaming from way down. What the fuck is going on?
Your mama saw something.
All right, so let's get back to Bigfoot. What did they say about Bigfoot, and where did we get this story?
Well, I originally heard the story from Jesse Waters, who is a Fox News commentator. And he's was breaking the story, but then we looked into it a little bit farther, and it wasn't just his story. It's something that these people really did see, and so I sent you the video. So let me have you watch the video. It's about 30 seconds to a minute long. Okay.
All right, so I'm bringing up the video now. I will post the video in the show notes. Just some bitches talking.
Where is it? It's hidden in the tree.
Brown against the trees.
Straight up there.
I don't see anything. Oh, shit. Holy shit. Holy crap.
I knew you would love it.
Holy shit. Oh my gosh.
See? What did I say?
Holy crap. Hold on, I gotta get rid. These guys have to see this. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, the verdict is in. They were not as impressed as I was. I thought it was
that's how I felt last night. The way you
weren't
felt.
Impressed?
No, I was way impressed.
And I promised to take out all the Lord's name in vain. I'm sorry, that was just wild. I had never seen that before.
No, that was crazy. And when I showed it, when me and your dad watched it last night, we were like, that's insane. It looks real.
It 100% looks real. I can see why Tristan would think it's fake, Like fake footage?
I don't think it's fake.
He thinks it's a dude in a suit, and there's always got to be that one person that's like, that's a dude in a suit, but I don't know. I don't know, that is just wild. I gotta watch it again.
So for those of you who don't know, while Dakota rewatches this, Kota is in love with Bigfoot. Cannot get enough of Bigfoot.
He's my favorite cryptid by far. I have other cryptids that I really like. I'm not going to talk about those cryptids on the podcast because I am positive that some of our listeners are indigenous people, and talking about those cryptids is like frowned upon. You know, you're not even supposed to talk about them or even think about them.
Really?
Or they it invites that spirit in.
Oh, that I can see where, yes, how the indigenous people would believe that. Yes.
Yes. Did they say anything else about the footage?
Well, they had two people on the show that looked at it that me and your dad saw.
Okay.
And one of them was like, I can't make out any of what that is. And another one was like,
how can you not make out what that is?
well, people blame, you know, when they can't justify something, they make up something, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not seeing anything on the news about it. Well, I did want to take a second and just say my condolences to anyone in the Colorado area who was affected by the
Horrible anti-Semitic.
the mass burning in Boulder. We will probably talk about it at some point, but it just seems too fresh right now.
Yeah.
And we're all still just definitely reeling from it. So, yeah, I just want to send out my condolences about that.
Horrible tragedy.
Yeah, and so unnecessary. So it does not look like the local news is covering this at the
Bigfoot
moment.
sightings.
Yeah.
Just
But that
wait
is just
for
wild.
it.
Yeah.
Wait for it now that the national news has got a hold of it. You never know.
Yeah, at work they call my office the Squatch Den because it's just Bigfoot related stuff. It's great.
Cool. All right, what do you got?
All right. So, my first story, a hungry elephant raids a grocery store in Thailand for snacks.
Here we are again with these countries that have sacred animals. I think in Indonesia, the sacred animal is the elephant, that they just let run amok because they're sacred. I have a hard time understanding that.
Elephants are smart as shit.
They are smart. I agree with that.
All right. I just sent you it if you want to see the picture. It's just this huge elephant in this little convenience store.
My gosh, look at how big he is in that tiny little grocery store. Like, that's not a grocery store. That's like a bodega or a...
Yeah, it's a convenience store. It's like a gas station.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says, a hungry wild elephant causes havoc in a grocery store in Thailand on Monday when he strolled in from a nearby national park and helped himself with food on the shelves. Videos of the incident show the huge male elephant known as... I can't say this.
Wait. Plaibyonglek?
Briefly stopped in front of the store located next to the main road near the park before ducking his whole body inside. The elephant stopped in front of the shop's counter, calmly snatching and chomping snacks. It did not flinch as the national park workers tried to shoo him away. The elephant later backed out of the shop still holding a bag of snacks with his trunk. He left little damage behind except mud tracks on the floor and the ceiling of the shop.
Boy, that is
That's
too funny. It is a big boy. Craziness.
And then my next story.
Is it the kangaroo story?
Oh, do you want... I did not get to do the kangaroo... I can do the kangaroo story and then this one.
No, go ahead with yours.
Well, they're both mine, technically. I can't find that story now. Oh, I found it. Loose kangaroo keeps police hopping along in Colorado.
I'm telling you, those kangaroos they're gonna kill somebody.
I feel like there's so many loose kangaroos right now, right?
Right? Yeah.
I feel like every 2 weeks we're covering a loose roo.
Uh-huh.
So this one got loose in Colorado City, in southwestern Colorado City. Irwin, the pet kangaroo, wasn't difficult to nab when he got loose last fall in Durango. Still quiet young at this time, he leaped into a bag similar to his mother's pouch. Oh, so this is the second time this kangaroo has gotten loose in Colorado. On Monday, Irwin got loose again. The police were called. A caller was worried he might get hit by a car. Because, yeah, what are you gonna do if you're just driving down the road and you see a kangaroo?
You pull over and you find out what the hell's going on. Because either you're
And it
high
says-
or something's not right.
It says this time Irwin was a little too big for a bag. The technique wasn't going to work. The officers were debating whether or not they needed to lasso it or what their plan
That
should
sounds
be.
like a horrible idea.
To lasso a kangaroo.
It's a horrible
Officer
idea.
Sean Garson, described as a farm boy with animal handling experience, figured it out after following Irwin down an alley into a backyard. The video then goes on to show this officer just snatch up this kangaroo. Just like straight up pick up a kangaroo.
He just grabbed him and
Yeah, and called it
wrestled
good.
him and was like, got him.
Well, and the kangaroo
telling
didn't
you.
fight back. Like, they look kind of like the kangaroo might fight back, but he never did.
Kangaroos do not, like, if they have any semblance of intelligence, I have not seen it. They get away from people, like, it's just not right.
Here, go watch the video of him lassoing this kangaroo. I sent it to your Facebook.
Please.
Okay.
Jeez. That kangaroo's big.
That is a big kangaroo, huh?
It's a big kangaroo. Lou's pet kangaroo keeps police hopping in Colorado.
I'm pretty sure a kangaroo would fuck you up too. Like, if that
Right?
kangaroo just decided that it didn't want to play this game.
There it goes. There it goes. Clayton said there was a kangaroo running down the road.
Yeah, they were worried about the kangaroo getting killed or something.
No, kangaroos. Bad idea.
Yeah, no, and for this cop just to like grab onto him, you saw him. He wasn't afraid at all. He just like bear hugged that kangaroo. Did you see him?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I think kangaroos are going to be the death of us all. They're going to take over the world.
All right, my last story is, and it's wild. At least I think so. I could be lying to you. All right, a 200-year-old condom decorated with erotic art goes on display in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam needs to get some hobbies. Right?
I don't know. I'd go look at it. When was the next time you're going to see that?
You have a point. I wouldn't say it was a good point, but it's a point.
The Netherlands National Museum has a new object on display with art in the Amsterdam's infamous red light district, a nearly 200-year-old condom embezzled with erotic art. In a statement, that the playful believed to be prophylactic. How did you know that?
Because that's what a condom is. It's a prophylactic.
What?
It's a medical term, I think.
At the prophylactic, believed to be made around 1830, with sheep's appendix,
Oh, poor sheep.
depicts both a playful and serious side of sexual health. As part of the exhibit called Safe Sex, about 19th century sex work that opened on Tuesday. The condom, possibly a souvenir from a...
Wait. Did you just say souvenir?
Yeah, from a brothel.
That's nasty.
It doesn't say it was used, Mom.
Still, it's nasty.
It's decorated with an erotic image of a nun and 3 clergymen.
I feel like talking about this, we're going to go to hell.
The phrase, "this is my choice," is written along the sheath in French. According to the museum, this is a reference to the Premier Auguste Renier painting, The Judgment of Paris, which depicts the Trojan prince Paris judging a beauty contest between 3 goddesses. The condom is on display until the end of November.
Well, now's your
And-
chance. You need to run to Amsterdam so you can see the 1800s, excuse me, because they said it was the 19th century.
Yeah. So it looks like the picture is a nun with her coochie out and some clergymen jerking it
Yeah.
on the side of this condom.
I'm confused. And still under the impression that talking about this will send us both to hell.
I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Oh, craziness.
Wild. Just wild. Hi, Below. What you want, baby girl? Come on. She's just staring deep into my soul.
All right. Well, my computer is starting to freak out a little bit.
Awesome.
So I think we're going to call this one.
All right. It's your turn to close it out, Mama.
What are we going to do next week? Anything?
I don't know of anything that's happening next week.
Me either, but it's right before the big week for you, right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So are we going to take a day off while
I am going to try not to.
Okay.
I'm going to try to wake up early and do the editing, and so the weekend of the 28th and the 29th, the podcast might come out early, but it's not going to interfere with our timeline at all. So,
okay. Perfect. All right,
cool.
Well, you heard it here first. And if you need anything, leave us a comment. If you have a story you would like us to research and come at it from 2 different perspectives, leave us a comment. We would love it. Right, Dakota?
Yes, we need comments. We need you guys to review. Tell your friends, tell your aunties about this. Like, Willow, you're fucking up my flow, dude. Stop. She loves to chew on plastic, and now she's mad at me because I took the plastic away. But anyways, yeah, please comment, review, give us some
everybody
ideas.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah, tell everybody about it. We're having a ton of fun doing this. At least I am. I don't know about Mom.
I am. Definitely.
Oh, okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to drink your water and talk to your therapist. And we will catch you next week.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. Okay, now you can have your plastic. Hell yeah, I suck toes. Oh, shit, my pants.